Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. The punter and kickoff man, Sam Martin, to get us started. And we are underway from Ford Field. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Let's go now. That's it, Henry. 56.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Looking to throw on second down. Daniels. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Daniels. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by M.I.A. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Last week, we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Fields. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Carry now for the BYU man, it's Jamal Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Shifts by him. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. A gain of 6 there on first. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Detroit! Saquon Barkley, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Daniels. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Daniels throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. And that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And that's incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case. And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Squeeze.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3. Here we go. With the flag. Pick the edge.
for the first time with Johnson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
A gain of 3. It's fourth down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. They'll run for it with Barkley. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. On first down, Daniels. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Now, this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over first and goal.
Check three, check three, check three.
Back to throw. Daniels. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Trey Burton, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. Check 15. Say. Check 52. Hey. You go tight. You got tight.
A first down carry for Barkley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Switch.
To throw on 2nd down, Fields. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A first down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing.
Looking to throw on second down. Fields. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Let's go now. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 36, 36. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check it back or check it back.
On first down, Barkley. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Saquon Barkley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Daniels, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. The Packers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fielded at about the 28. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, Fields. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
The one thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Watch the safety creep. Shoot. Check. Fresno. Wide. Get wide.
Now Saquon Barkley. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
And that's the big fella's M.O. right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Packers' 21-yard line.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Mike, check. 59. I got you, son. Mike's 5'9", I'm coming.
To throw on 2nd down, Fields. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
59 Mike. Check. 59. I'm coming, baby.
To throw on 3rd down, Fields. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
M.I.A. able to put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Daniels. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Daniels. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant, watch the slant.
To throw again, Daniels. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Throwing on 1st down, Daniels. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Daniels. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. On first down, Daniels. Over the middle, it's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
56, check 56. Here we go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. A final shot before break. Daniels toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first and 10, Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Shit. We got double up. Check. Lucky. Go. Check 3.
Saquon Barkley running right. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Saquon Barkley, 64 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Bust through the tackle. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go now.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Sponge, sponge, sponge.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, Daniels. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Here we go. Michael Flag. Right there, 56. Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Daniels into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Lions 38, Packers 7. Sam Martin to kick off for Detroit.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
You ready? You ready?
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe than returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, you know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Operating from the gun, Daniels. This one into the hands of Burton. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Throwing on first down, Daniels. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave one more off this lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
59 Mike. Check, 59.
On first down, Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting them the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
To throw on 2nd down, Daniels. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Daniels. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. On 1st and 10, Daniels. It's complete. It's Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
You.
Throwing on first down. Daniels. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Daniels. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Deshaun Hand able to record his 5th sack of the season. Throwing on 3rd and long. Daniels looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Greg Joseph on for the field goal.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And you just kind of get the sense that this team's been snake-bitten a little bit here. They just have not had anything go their way.
It's like they collectively walked under a ladder on their way into the stadium. What else could go wrong?
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got his man on the out route. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brings up 3rd down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Back to throw. Fields. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
59, Mike. Check, 59. I got the ball. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Check. 59. Pick it up. Mike 5'9. Watch the slant. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
On first down, Fields. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 3rd down, Fields. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
2nd and 9 now from the 21. 2nd and 9 now. Completes it to Miller. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Anthony Miller, 79 yards. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Looking to throw. Daniels toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Come on, set. 27. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. All day.
On 1st and 10, Fields. James has got it, complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2nd and 3. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Oh, able to avoid him. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Fields. His throw incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Fields. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Will Harris there to make the play. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw from his end zone, Daniels. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for him because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did him no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. On 4th down, Daniels. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Throwing on 3rd and long. Daniels. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's taken inside his own 40. 51 yards on the punt there. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
You chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Detroit, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss knocks them from the ranks of the undefeated as they drop their first game of the season. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hut go. Let's go now. And read. Set up. Set. 10. Lobo. Set go. Set hut. 10. Tusk ready. Got it. Hut. Here we go. Hit the blend. Zoom, zoom. Set hut. Down. 60 outlaw. Hut. Ready, ready. 30 base. Same on. Set. Hut. Ready. 18 Gator. 18 Gator. 66. Bullet. High. Ready, ready. Set, ready. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. Weekend. 132. Fight up. Here we go. Set. 90 Wolf. Hut go. Let's go. 70 in. Hut, hut. On the double. Ready, go. Come on, set. 60 yard. Hut go. Here we go. Here we go. Set up. Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Set go. Set and read. Hut 64. Weak. Ready. On the set. Hut. Ready. Right. Set hut. we go. 10, touch scared. Right, set, hut. Down, get the plan. 80 weapon, ready, ready. Ready, ready. 60 outlaw. We good. 132. Fire. Ready. 30 base. Hut go. Set. Ready. 18 gator. 18 gator. Hut. Hut. Here we go. Set. Ready, go. Let's go. 91. Let go. Ready. Set up. Come on, set. 70 ending. Set go. Here we go. Here we go. Ready. Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Hard. Set and read. Set hut. Set hut. 10. Lobo. Hood. Here we go. Set hut. Down. Get the flag. Ready, ready. Ready, ready. 60 outlaw. Kick your ass. 132. Right up. Okay. Break. Hey, go. Ready. 30 back. Hood. Hood. Okay, ready. Chip, ready, go. Set, ready. 18 Gator, 18 Gator. Hey, go. Here we go. Set up. On the ready. 6-6. Single. Lonnie, ready!